All right. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to class. We're going to use a blanket for part of our start in class this morning as we play with hips a little bit. So, if you have a blanket or even a bath towel, just lay it on your mat, kind of in the middle of your mat, where when we lay on our sides, where you think your hips will land. So, just somewhere middle of your mat. And then feel free to lay down and be mindful too, wherever that blanket is. And if you don't want to use it now and you want to put it back when we're ready, just be mindful that when you lay down, it doesn't throw off your back or your hips too much. I'm going to stay seated just for a moment because I wanted to read something that I came across yesterday, I think. And it's a quote by Neil Donald Walsh. And he says this: yearning for a new way will not produce it. Only ending the old way can do that. You cannot hold on to the old, all the while declaring that you want something new. The old will defy the new. The old will deny the new. The old will decry the new. There is only one way to bring in the new. You must make room for it. So I thought that was relevant, as we continue to explore um, our lives, our yoga practice, what's next in the world, that we do have to make room for the new. We can't keep holding on to everything that we've already known and already done and then expect that new energy to come in. So there you have it. So laying down on your mat, maybe keep your knees bent, your feet on the floor, your shoulders nice and soft on the floor, your arms maybe down at your sides or maybe even resting on the low belly. The back of the neck is nice and long. Your jaw starts to soften, your belly starts to soften, all of those things as you bring yourself a little bit closer to center. So feel free to wiggle, right? Kind of snuggle into your mat or into your blanket or towel until you feel settled, just settled on your mat. Start to take the breath in a little bit deeper, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Two more here. Just breathe in and breathe out. One more. And out. And then take the left arm overhead. Be mindful of your shoulders. If that hurts, maybe take the arm more to the side and straighten your left leg and stretch both limbs away from each other. So left leg really reaches, left arm really reaches, and feel maybe a soft stretch through your belly. Your right foot stays on the floor and then slide your left foot over to the right. So you're creating this little arch with that side of the body. The toes stay pointing up. Maybe shimmy your shoulders to the right. Maybe shimmy your right hand or your right arm to the right. So this is, if you had both limbs going, this would be banana pose. I didn't make this one up. But somebody did. But today we're doing just a little half banana. So we've got our left leg reaching to the right, our head, neck is nice and relaxed, our right foot on the floor, our right hand relaxing. And take some nice deep breaths into the belly of the belly, right? Nice and deep. Really feel the stretch. Maybe point your toes. And then on your next exhale, release and relax that. Walk the left hand back out, walk the left leg back out, bend both, and return back to neutral. And then straighten your right leg, reach above your head and straighten your right arm. Start here by just stretching one end to the other end. Feel your breath. And then start to walk the right leg across to the left, the right arm, the right shoulder, everything scooting over toward the left edge as you create this little half arch with your body, stretching the right side, move into the belly again. Feel the stretch here. Take a deep breath. Relax your jaw. Your head, neck should be comfortable wherever it is landing is perfectly fine. Maybe point your toes here. And release on your exhale. Bring everything back to center. Bend your knee, foot back to the floor. Walk your feet out just a little bit and then lift your toes off the floor. Good. And then keep doing that. So lift and lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. You got it. So interesting with the body again, as we play with a little bit of balance, is that the calf muscles, the back of your lower leg, gets lots of work all the time. Walking, everything that we do. The front of the legs, the shins, don't get as much work. So if you're still with me and you're still lifting your toes and then your whole foot, right, other than the heel, and lowering down, you should start to feel your shins working right now, the fronts of those legs. So just kind of notice. And the next time those feet are lifted, just hold them, dig your heels in, hold it up, feel that. I feel that, just so you know. Lots of sensation at the front of the shins. Feel your breath here. Pull your heels back toward your glutes isometrically. So now we've fired up the hamstrings, just warming up the legs a little bit and release it. Holy moly, right? Stretch and straighten one leg, circle your ankle. That is something we could do pretty much every day. Put that foot back on the floor, stretch your other leg and circle. Good. Last one here. Take your left knee toward your chest and straighten that leg up toward the ceiling. You can use your hands behind your thigh to support that. Point and flex your ankle. Feel that front shin. Or maybe I feel it more because I've been walking a lot of hills and mountains lately. Good. Breathe. And then neutral ankle or neutral foot. Take your left hand to the outside of your left leg, somewhere around the thigh, the knee, and take the leg out to the side. Just support it with your left hand so that it doesn't overdo. At the same time, press your right knee away from you. Little tone to the belly. Find your breath. Feel that you are on the pinky edge of your right foot, right? That right knee is reaching out, the belly squeezing in, left hand just supporting that leg, that left leg. And bring it all the way up, cross your thighs so that your left foot goes over toward the right, your right knee goes over to the left. Here's that nice sweet stretch of the outer hip. And bring it to neutral, bend that leg, release it. Good. Same thing. Straighten your right leg. Take it up to the sky. Use your hands to support it. Maybe point and flex a few times. Good. And then neutral foot. Take your right leg out to the right. Use your right hand to support it. I've got a wall here, so I won't go too far. And then take your left knee out to the left. Notice you're on your left side pinky, right? Pinky side of your left foot. Maybe flex that foot. Stretching out through the inner thigh of your right leg. Find your breath, relax your face, right? Everything else is just happy as can be. And then bring the legs to center, cross the thighs so that your left knee points more toward the right, your right leg goes more to the left. Woo, feel that nice sweet stretch on the side of the hip. Breathe. Take it all back to center, bend both knees, bring both knees to chest. Take your hands behind your head, just a little bit of core warm up because I don't like doing too much until I feel like we're warm. So if you're comfortable, I want you to lift the head. Don't pull on it, just lift it off the floor. Bring right elbow to left knee and then switch. Good. Switch and switch. Keep it going. Switch, switch. Yep. You got it. So 10, 9, go slow, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold right here. Left elbow, right knee, or whichever side you're on, hold. Relax your head, your neck, your jaw, breathe. Keep your, whichever knee is toward chest, keep that hand behind your head and reach the other one toward your foot. Yep. Finding your core. I know. Take that hand back behind your head, switch knees, breathe. So I'm leaving my left hand behind my head, my left knee is to chest, my right arm reaches toward my right foot. Ooh, yeah. That's it. Take the hand back, release both knees to chest. Good. And then roll over to your left side or whichever side you want to be on. Just remember which side so that you can see the camera or see the screen that you're looking at. So you're going to support your head. You can put your head in your hand if that feels okay. If it doesn't, you can lower down even more. This is where the blanket comes in. We're laying on that blanket just to give the hips some support. Bend your knees roughly 90 degrees and make sure you're feeling nice and supported. Take your top hand to your thigh. Your legs are at 90 degrees. And as you lift your leg up, keep it going, but resist a little bit with your hands. So open it up. Now, here's the secret, or here's the key. If you start to lean back, you've gone too far. So don't lean back on your pose. And then relax it as it lowers down. So I'm not pushing down, but as I lift my leg, I'm resisting with my hand. How much or how strong you do this, lower down, is up to you. You could just rest your hand there, be easier, or you could give it a good push, right? 20, 30, 40%. As you lift, you should be feeling this. Relax it on the way down. Good. 3 more. Push, 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 and lower. Remember who you are, right? If you're dealing with an injury here, take it easy. Last one. Push the hand into the thigh as you lift and lower down. Ooh, yeah. Good. Rest for just a second here. And then place your hand back on, but no resistance. Just lift the leg. Remember not to slide back. There's no resistance. Here's your resistance. As you lower down, resist, push your thigh back into your hand. Good. No resistance on the way up. Push your thigh into your hand as you lower. Good. You got this. Lift up and push that thigh into your hand. Lift up. You should be feeling your hip, your glutes here by now. Good. You got it. 4 more. Resist on the way down, right? So we're using different sets of muscles. We're using concentric and eccentric motion. 2 more. Resist on the way down. You got it. 1 more. And exhale, resist, 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 and relax. Good. Maybe you roll or shake out or slap that little hip that's giving you some conversation here. All right, hand to thigh, lift up, keep it neutral. Your toes are pointing straight ahead. Just push and resist. So here's our isometric motion. We're pushing our thigh into the hand, we're pushing the hand into the thigh. Belly is toned, you're not leaning back. You got this. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. We're almost done on this side, almost, right? So feel that work, right? We don't need hand weights necessarily. We can do so much work with body weight. Take the top leg and straighten it along the front edge of your mat. Toes are pointing straight ahead, so they're not up, they're straight ahead. Keep that internal rotation. Take your hand to your outer thigh. Now, as you lift, resist. Your hand's going to slide down the leg a little bit depending on how high you can raise it. And then just release and lower down. Good. 5 of these. Lift, resist, lower down, and resist the urge to turn those toes out. Keep them sideways. Down. 2 more. Push as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Good. Last one. Lift, 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 lift. Hold. Push into your hand. Find your breath. Tone your belly. Hang in there. Woo. And then release as you lower all the way down. Ah, good. Bring that knee to your chest. Squeeze it in. Stretch out what we just worked. And let go. Good. And then either turn over or switch sides. Might feel kind of good to lay on that side that we just worked. So here we are again. We're laying on our side. Knees are at 90 degrees. You're comfortable. You're not leaning back. Sometimes you can even put a block just behind your back so that if you lean back, you'll feel it and that'll give you information. All right, top hand to top thigh. When you're ready, resist on the way up. Keep that 90 degrees. Keep lifting too until you feel yourself starting to roll back. And then don't resist as you lower. Good. Push in as you lift and release as you lower. Good. Push, push, push and lower. 4 more. Push in, resist. One side, chances are, will be easier than the other. Here we go. This is 3. Push and lower. This is 2 and lower. You should feel those little butts working. Push and lower. And pause for a moment here. That's it. Just breathe. All right, other way, hand to top thigh, right? It's right at the side. You're not going to resist opening, but you're going to still open to your level, but you're going to resist coming down. Good, here we go. Lift up. Resist on the way down. And up. Woo, resist. 4 more. Don't forget to breathe. Push, push, push. Good. Lift up and down. I think we have 2 left. Lift up and push down. Good. Last one. And push, really resist, resist. Pull that thigh up and let it go. Oh, that's a beauty. All right, 90 degrees, hand to thigh, keep the leg neutral, push up and down at the same time. Yep, breathe everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Ha, good. Maybe roll out that hip. If you're feeling it where I'm feeling it, chances are we're all doing it right. All right, take the top leg, straighten it out, flex your foot, turn your toes toward or forward, internal rotation. Even if the toes go down a little bit, that's okay. Hand goes to the top. You're going to resist on the way up. It's not, the leg doesn't lift very high when the toes are pointed forward, right? Not like it would be. And then lower. Good. Push, 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 push up. And down. Push up, breathe. And down. 2 more, that's it. Push up, push up, push up. And down. 1 more, push, hold. Good. Push your hand into your thigh back into your hand. Feel that working. Tone the belly. and lower down. Holy moly. Good. Bring that knee to your chest. Squeeze it in. I know, I know, I know. And release it. Good. And then press yourself all the way up. You can just sit on your blanket if that's okay. Cross your legs. Feel those hips, right? Already working. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left arm reaches over. Inhale, center. Exhale the other way. Good. Take it up. Exhale down. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Good. Listen up. Inhale up. Take the arms out to the sides and just twist to, I'm going to go cactus arms because I got a wall, and twist to your left and center, twist to your right. Center. One more both ways. Twist and center, twist to your right and center, and then just let go. Shake it out. Straighten your legs. Bend your left foot, place it on the floor, step it over, drop your knee, and then bend your right knee, and let's come to just a seated figure four. Once again, you're probably feeling that hip that we were just working. Take the hands behind you, lean back, lift your chest, draw the shoulders back, feel the pose, and then just sway side to side with the legs and the knees. Just go to one side. How far down you go is totally up to you. Maybe you get thigh to the floor and then foot to the floor. Maybe not. This should feel kind of good, especially when you roll over the hip that we were working. That's it. A couple more, just stretching it out. Breathe. And then take the legs back to center, flex your foot, lift your chest. If you can, release your hands, grab your knee and your foot like you're carrying a bunch of logs. Lift it off your knee and straighten the right knee. If this doesn't happen for you, just stay in figure four, right? Just stay there. Breathe, everybody. It's like you're carrying a package or you're carrying a baby, right? You're just stretching out that lovely little hip here. Good. Bend your right leg if it's straight. Place that leg back on. Lean back, straighten one leg, straighten the other leg, shake it out. And then let's go to the other side. Bend your right foot, step over your left, drop the knee, flex your foot, start to bend your left leg as much or as little as you can, right? What you don't want to do is round into your lower back. You just want to stay nice and tall, chest open, shoulders back. Maybe the elbows are even bent a little bit. And then start rocking and rolling, right? Side to side. And as you do that, maybe you'll start to get a little bit more movement. Maybe you'll start to get thigh to the floor and then foot to the floor. How does it feel for you? It might not be appropriate for your hips to go all the way down, right? As we stretch through that outer hip. Yep. Big deep breath. One more here. Good. And then take the legs back to center. Lift up really tall. Maybe you're here staying, right? Maybe you can release the hands, grab ankle, grab knee, hold on to it, and then straighten your left leg. And breathe. This always feels good to me, and I'm not quite sure why. I remember in 8th grade, there was a boy in class who could put his foot around his neck, and I never could quite get there. Although I tried many times. Good. So just holding on to that leg, maybe a little bit of a rock, maybe, right? Just checking out that hip flexibility. And when you're ready, bend your left, place your right foot back on, hands come back behind you, straighten one leg and straighten the other leg, and then circle those legs, those feet a little bit. All right, last one here, and then we're going to come to standing. So Dandasana, right? Always such a great pose for all of the legs, all of the torso. Hands come beside you, belly tones in. You know, this is one of my favorite things to do. So let's lift one leg because my quadriceps, my thigh muscles have to work super hard here to keep that leg elevated. And if this is just not happening for you, just tap down and lift, right? Tap down, relax it, and then lift. See if you can start to build that endurance in that leg. One, the hands stay here. Two, the arms come up. Whew. Find your breath, everybody, and release both hands and leg and shake it out. Awesome. Other side, hands down. Right leg lifts, right? Toning the belly, finding that core work, pulling up our yoga pants. Here we go. Breathe. Good. Arms up, arms down. Your choice here. Find your breath. Lift your chest. You got it. And lower everything down. Good. Maybe take the soles of the feet together just to give the hips a rest. And then release them again and come to table pose. For now, if you want, go ahead and leave the blanket on your mat or your towel just for a little bit of extra support. Tone your belly in, press your right leg back. Good. If your wrists or hands are bothering you, you can come to elbows here. Just stay really lifted in your core. Don't sink down to the floor. Lift your right leg and just circle that hip a little bit. So doing one side knee circle, just breathe. Good, couple more. And then take it out to the side. See if you can extend out and back in. Extend out and in. We got 3 more. Extend out and in. 2 and in. Last one. Out and in and drop it down. Nice job, everybody. Hang in there. Hang in there. We won't be here forever. Press your left leg back. Tone your belly and lift your leg. And the knee circles on this side. So big circles, just checking out your range of motion with your hips. 2 more big circles. And then release that leg out to the side, knee out to the side, and straighten for 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yep. Last one. And 5. Woo. And release. Maybe sit back on your heels or child's pose or just anything that releases those hips a little bit. Big deep breath. Good. And then come back to your knees. I'm just going to face forward here because I need the room. We're going to go into gate pose. So from here, I want you to lift your right leg out to the side and then extend it out, what we just did, and then lower that foot to the floor. And before you go anywhere else, notice that your left knee and your left hip are pretty lined up. Your right foot is either pinky side down or it's straight. It can also be flexed. So find a place for that right foot that feels good. And then even out the hips. So tone the belly in, walk your hands back, lift up. So gate pose, right? Lots of options with that foot. Find the one that makes the most sense for you. I like my foot turned more sideways. It feels better for my knee, but I'm also going to engage that quadricep and keep that knee nice and strong. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, your right hand slides down your right leg ever so gently as you stretch your left arm overhead. Tone your belly. Now be mindful and careful here. I want you to just see if you lift your chest toward the ceiling a little bit. Don't dive deep in the low back. Just lift, maybe look up. Big stretch for that belly. Think of that banana pose we did. Right, here we are again. And release it. Bring both hips back, both hands to the floor. Lift your right leg, bend the knee, and lower it back down. Let's go right to the other side, your left foot. Yeah, right. Lift the knee, reach it out to the side, lower that foot down. See if you can find that grounding. Look at your right knee to right hip. Line it up, tone your belly, engage your left leg rather, and come on up to standing, more or less standing. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, left hand slides down. I didn't say it on the other side. You probably know by now this left hand is light, right? It is not your supporting hand. Don't push down into the knee. Stretch it out. Stretch. Just feel that big, beautiful stretch. And then optionally, just look up a little bit. Good engagement to your core, lifting your chest, getting deeper into the belly, and release it. Bring both hips back. Hands come back to the floor. I'm going to turn back sideways. Knees come back down. Fan your fingers, press into those hands, and come to downward facing dog. Pedaling one foot and then the other. Finding your breath. And then just settle into your downward facing dog. How does this pose feel for you? Right? The shoulders are nice and broad. Those upper arms wrap externally, the elbows toward each other. Press into the fingers. Press into your rack of knuckles. So we tone the belly and the ribs in and lift the sit bones at the same time. It's kind of an interesting play of the pelvis. The knees are soft, even if the legs are bent, or even if the legs are straight. The knees just have a softness to them so that you don't hyperextend. And then very slowly walk your hands all the way back. Maybe in your forward fold, you move your blanket or your pillow out of the way. Bend your knees, hands to knees, neutral spine. Come on up, everybody. And shake it all out. Good. We are getting warm, getting warm. All right. So you're at the front of your mat. Maybe your blocks are to the front of your mat. We're going to play a little bit here with just some really nice, hopefully nice warm up. We're not going to come down on those hands and wrists too much more for now. So find a good solid mountain pose and inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bend the knees, just reach the arms back behind you. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, reach back. Two more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Lift it up. Exhale, reach back. Hold. Draw the shoulders back. Open up everything. Feel your feet. Squeeze an imaginary block. Lift your sit bones, but then squeeze the belly in. Lengthen your tailbone, neutral spine. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart. And shake it out. So then go a little bit wider on your mat already. I am super warm, so one layer down, hold on. Good. You're going to take your feet wider on your mat. Again, I'm going to face forward just from a space restriction. So maybe they're at the edges of your mat. Maybe you're just turned sideways like I am. So you can go a little bit wider. Maybe the toes angle out a little bit. How do we know where the feet should go? Just bend your knees for a second and see what feels right to you as the knees line up with the feet. Because we're going to be doing squats again, but we want to make sure we keep the knees nice and safe. So from there, stand up. I want you to pretend that you're going to scoop up some water from a pond, and you're going to go to the left and then to the right. And it's going to be slow, and you're going to bend those knees nice and deep. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, scoop down to your left. Lift it up and down. Scoop to the right and down. Squat and reach. Good. Squat and lift up. Squat down. Lift up. You don't have to go so low, right? Reach. If this hurts your knees, you're going to take it much slower and much less deep. Good. Keep it going. Make sure you're breathing. There you go. Woo. We got this. 4 more. This is 1. This is 2. Scoop it up. This is 3. And this is 4. Woo. And breathe. Yep. Roll your shoulders, everybody. And then heel toe those feet together. If you've turned sideways, come on back to the front of your mat. Find your breath, hands come to your heart. Hopefully everybody's warm by now. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, reach the arms back. We were here already. Draw the shoulders back, squeeze the belly in, take it to chair. Arms reach up, tailbone is long. Find our breath, press strongly into the 4 corners of your feet. Stand all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, reach back. Tone the belly, lengthen your tailbone. Here we are again, chair number 2. Woo. Breathe. Find this. Stand all the way up. Exhale to your heart. 1 more, just like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back. Yep, right. We move this breath. We move the oxygen. We make it new. Take those hands up, chair pose. We don't want to hold on to the old. We want to make room for the new. Find your breath. Feel your legs. Stand all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. And then take your hands to your hips. So mindful here, right? Maybe take the feet just a little bit wider than your normal. You're going to bend both knees and then squeeze your belly, peel your right foot off and step back to a lunge. Now, if you don't step back really far, because this can be tricky. If you, woo, this is right. So maybe you bend the knees and you step back a little and then a little bit more. Make sure your pose is wide enough. Good. And then find this high lunge. Hopefully that's okay for you. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms back. Find your breath. Even out your hips. Feel that. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Take your hands to your hips. Step forward. Yeah, now you know where we're going. Bend the knees, peel your left foot, step back. Find your lunge on this side. Take your time always, right? Good alignment, everybody. Level out the hips, tone the belly. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Arms reach back, shoulders reach back. Find your pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to your hips, step forward. Find mountain pose. Nice. Here we go again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, both arms reach back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Step back, right leg. Find your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. And step forward. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, just reach back. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, hands to your hips, left leg back. Find your balance. Breathe. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them back to your hips, step forward. Good. One more, we're going to add on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach the arms back, squat. Good. This time, take it to chair. Breathe. Stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart or to hips. Bend your knee, step back. Hold if you can, right? Even if your lunge is short, if it's a shorter pose, see if you can stay in the high lunge. Good. Tone the belly in, squeeze your glutes. Inhale the arms up and breathe. Good. Take the right arm forward, the left arm back. Keep reaching through your back right leg. Find that twist. Inhale both arms up. Exhale your hands to your hips. Step forward. Anybody feeling their legs yet? Woo! Inhale, reach up. Exhale, both knees bend, reach the arms back, tone your belly. Good, then reach the arms forward, find chair. Stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to hips, step back, left leg, high lunge. Even if you just stay here, right? That's all you might need to do. All you want to do is this beautiful pose right here. Inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, take it up. Left arm back, right arm forward. Keep the back leg fired up. Keep the hips pretty even. Find your breath. Inhale, both up. Exhale, hands to hips, just stabilizes you a little bit. And step forward. Good. From here, take your feet wider on your mat. And come on down. Nice little forward fold. Your blocks are here if you would like them. Ooh, catch your breath. So I can catch my breath. Oh my goodness. Just breathe, everybody. Good. Bend the knees, everybody. Hands come to knees. Come on up. Roll your shoulders. And remember, right, I'm going to just straighten up my mat here. Just remember to honor your process. If I do 3 and you want to do 1, do that. If I do 3 and you got it in you for 4, go for it, right? All right, you're back to mountain pose, feet or hips width apart, maybe slightly wider. We're gonna add on. So here we go. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend both knees, reach the arms back. I always feel like if I were a downhill skier, this would be what it'd be like, right? Flying down a ski hill or something like that. Good. From here, chair pose. Woo. Breathe, press into the feet. Imagine you're squeezing a block between those legs. Stand all the way up. Exhale, hands come to your hips. Bend your knees. Lift your right heel. Step back. Big pose here. Find that pose. Tone your belly in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. And breathe. 1, you're going to stay here. 2, you're going to lean forward and take elbow to the outside of your left knee, and your left arm goes up to the sky. This is a deep twist, so be mindful. From here, tone your belly, lift back up. Inhale, both arms up. Hands come to your hips. Step forward. Shake out your booty, right? Whew. Shake out your hips. All right, here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, both knees bend, reach back. You got this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to hips, bend both knees and step back, left leg, solid, strong lunge. You can stay here, right? We know that already. Inhale, reach the arms up. Left arm reaches forward. Right arm reaches back. Here's our twist. Maybe you stay here. We can give this option on the other side, but maybe it's a hand to a knee instead of an elbow to a knee. Breathe. You got it. Tone that belly in and then squeeze as you lift back up. Both arms forward, hands to your hips. Step forward. Shake it out. Good flow, everybody. All right. Final round of this, I think. We never know for sure. But here we go. Roll your shoulders and just pause. Just shake everything out. Catch your breath. Right? And think, right? This is good. This is good. We feel our bodies, we feel our breath. We're here doing yoga together. It's all awesome, right? We can think anything we want about what we are doing. So why not think happy thoughts about it all? All right, here we go, darlings. Inhale up. Exhale, bend down, reach the arms back. Listen up, a little bit of a change here. Lengthen your tailbone, chair pose. Breathe, everybody. From here, leave your left arm forward, reach your right arm back. Inhale, center. Reach your right or your left arm back, right arm forward. Bring it up to center, stand all the way up. Hands come to your hips, step back, right leg. Find your lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands reach back. Inhale, arms forward. Good. Take your right arm back, your left arm forward. Woo. Balance, balance. Breathe. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, switch sides. Left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, center. Hands to heart. Step forward. Shake it out. Last one, last side. Are you with me? I hope you're with me. Here we go. Lift up. Bend both knees, just reach back. Tone your belly, lift your chest. Take the arms up, chair pose. Breathe. Really squeeze those legs, make them work. Take the left arm back, right arm forward. Good, release. Go to the other side, open. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, hands to hips, step back, left leg. And breathe. Find your pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward and back. Inhale, take it up. Reach your left or your right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale up. Exhale, other side, right? We move those arms, we throw everything off center. Inhale it up. Good, listen up, hands to heart. Take your hands to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. And then lower your knees to the floor. And either come to child's pose or sit back on your heels for hero pose. Or neither, right? You know if that hurts your knees, to come away from that and do something different. And catch your breath. So when I read that quote yesterday, I thought about the ego, right? And how our ego identifies us. We identify ourselves through our ego as these individuals, these rugged individuals that don't need anything. And that old is like the ego for me, that the ego will deny the truth. It will defy the truth. It doesn't want to let go of its identity. And so it's really been giving me some food for thought about the way we hold on to things that no longer serve us and what we need to do, right? We need to clean that slate to get to making space for the new. All right, so everybody's caught their breath, including me. So let's move forward. Feel free to put a blanket back down or your towel for your knees. We're going to be on our knee for a bit. So from table pose, step your left foot forward. And then come into just a really nice, sweet lunge. You can even take your blocks and put your blocks under your hands here. So you're in a low lunge, you're down on your right knee, your left foot is forward. You're finding your breath here. You're just stretching out. And then maybe straighten your front leg, flex your foot, stretch out those hamstrings on that side. Just really sweet and gentle here. And then bend your front knee. Good. Either using your block or not, your right hand is going to go out to the right side. And you can go flat hand, you can go spider hand, or you can use your block here for a little bit more height. But reach your right hand out to the side. Walk your left foot out so that your left hand is inside your left foot. I hope this is making sense for you. So you got one hand out to your side, one hand inside, and then you're going to squeeze your belly and start to look to your left and take your left hand to your left knee. Good. And then start to roll over to the left pinky toe side of your left foot. Release your left hand, but push your left knee out to the side as if you were pushing on your knee, but you're not. Okay. One teacher I learned this one from said, pretend your left knee is playing hard to get. So you're moving your left knee away from your hand, but you're not touching. Good. Breathe, everybody. From here, take your left arm up to the sky and look up. Gentle, gentle. Don't go so deep. Breathe. And release that left hand down to the floor. Walk your right hand in. Take your left hand back outside. Straighten your front leg again. And breathe. Nice long torso here. Good. Bend your left knee, plant your hands, lift your right knee, and step back. Down dog. Shake it out. And then lower both knees to the floor and step forward with your right foot. Good. So here, I would just take out, actually, let's stay here for a moment. I'm jumping ahead. Maybe straighten your front leg. Maybe flex your foot. Oh, yeah. Right. All the way from your calf to your hamstrings to their attachments here. And then bend your front leg. You're going to take your, let's do it this way. So take your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Your right foot moves out to the side. Your left hand goes out to the side. I'm against wall, so goes out to the side as you breathe. And when you're ready, take your right hand to your right thigh or to your right knee. Start to open your chest to the right. Go to the pinky side of your right foot. Go gentle here. And then release your right hand, but imagine pushing your right knee away from your right hand as if you were pushing on it, right? Keep your belly toned here. Big stretch on that left side. And then take the right arm up. Maybe open the chest. Maybe look up at the ceiling. Breathe. And as you're ready, release. Hand comes back to the floor. Your left hand comes back in. Walk that right foot in. Lift your left knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Good. Last one here. Just look through your hands and step forward, left leg. Maybe grab both of your blocks if you have them, if they're nearby. Your back foot is straight forward, and then lift your hips as you straighten your front leg, as you lengthen your torso over that front leg. You can even look at your front foot and make sure you're not rolling out to the side. Less likely that you would be rolling in, but a lot of times we'll roll out. So you want the leg to be straight, knee to be straight. Maybe you even lift those toes off the floor and strengthen that front shin. Big deep breath, everybody. That's it. Hold and breathe. And then bend your front. Lower your right knee. Step your left leg back. Step your right foot forward. Lift your knee off the floor and then straighten your front leg. So here we are again. Check out the front foot. Make sure you can use blocks or no blocks here, but lengthen the torso. Press into the four corners of your feet, especially that big toe, right? Feel that big stretch. Find some calmness. Find some calmness. Maybe you lift the foot so that you're just on the heel. And then lower that foot, bend your knee, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Take your feet wide on your mat. Now, two options. Please, anybody with some knee stuff, don't want you to do this, okay? I want you to really be mindful. So everybody can walk your hands back toward your feet. Some of you are going to start to bend your knees. Knees go out to the side. For me, my heels lift, and I'm in a deep squat. If your knees are having a serious conversation with you, just say no, right? Don't come into your squat. Hands come forward. Some of you will be able to drop your heels, some will not. My legs are squeezing into my elbows. My elbows are squeezing into my legs. My torso is long. It's like pulling traction on that low back. Big deep breath. That's it. Just breathe, everybody. We don't do this kind of stuff anymore, do we? Right? We don't do deep squats like this. You have to be mindful doing it. All right. So if you happen to be here, lean forward, straighten your legs, join everyone else that's in forward fold. Walk those feet back to neutral. That's it. Big, long stretch here. And then walk your hands forward, down dog. Lower your knees to the floor and take a moment to pause. Woo! I would say we worked legs today, wouldn't you? I would. All right. So to wrap up the class today, we're going to do a couple different things just to refocus to upper body. And the first one is plank. If you're on your hands and your wrists are really tender, come to elbows. But if you come to elbows, you've got to stay lifted, right? Don't sink down through the shoulders. Otherwise, you're on your hands. Bring the hips forward and tuck in almost like you were going to do a little cat pose, right? Feel your hands on the floor. One, you're going to be here. Two, you're lifting those knees to full plank. Breathe. We're going to be here a little bit, so adjust as you need to. That's it. Squeeze the belly in, squeeze the hips and legs. Press through your heels. Tone the belly ribs, but keep the chest long. Come on, I know we have this. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If knees are up, lower. Good. And maybe sit back, stretch it out. Endurance, endurance. You know, a worthy goal would be plank pose that can be held for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, right? How would that feel in your body, right? Start easy, start with 10 seconds, and then move and move and move until we get to that place where we're using our body weight to strengthen everything. All right, one more plank. Your choice. You know what you can do, you know what you want to do, right? Squeeze in through the belly, either your half, which is also good work. Make sure your butt's not sticking up in the air, or you're lifting your knees, or you're on elbows, right? Breathe. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. Breathe. Woo, press into the hands, but yet press out of the hands. Make sure your shoulders are engaged, legs are engaged. Find your breath. Keep lengthening your tailbone and your chest at the same time. And breathe, right? Fire breath is good here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Sink back to child's pose. Shake out the wrists if they're getting chatty. We got one more exercise. And it's this exercise, right? So grab your block. Block is optional. So I'm going to let it be up to you. We're going to do half plank to chaturanga 5 times. It's like a push-up, but the elbows train back instead of out to the sides. If you would like to use a block, you can put it on second level or lower, and it's going to end up right at your kind of your chest bone, right? So you're here kind of like that. If you don't want to use your block, you don't have to come all the way down. So come to table pose and imagine that you're holding a beach ball between those elbows. But once you do that, notice if the shoulders kind of scrunch up. So keep the shoulders wide, but hold on to your beach ball. Walk your knees back. Your goal is to have the elbows go straight back, not out to the side. So tone your belly, look toward the front of your mat. Here we go, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to go that low. 4 and 5. Push up. And release. Come on off your wrist. Either leave your blanket on your mat. Even better, you can spread your blanket out so that your whole body is on your blanket. And come on down to your backs. Your feet are on the floor. Your shoulders are down. Take the arms to cactus pose. And breathe. Notice how you're feeling. That was a little challenging class, maybe for you, hopefully, right? And then straighten both legs. Straighten both arms overhead. Walk both feet to the right corner of your mat. Lower your right arm down to your side, but shimmy your right shoulder and your left arm over to the side, to the right side. So here we are, full banana pose. Your left hip stays down on the floor. If that hip lifts, it can really play with your SI joint. So you want to keep that left hip down. If you can't, then don't move the legs that far over to the right. Take a deep belly breath into the whole left side of your belly. And only if you want, cross your right or your left ankle over your right ankle. Relax your head, your neck, your jaw. Maybe you're smiling here. Good. One more deep breath right here. Uncross your ankles. Unshimmy your shoulders. Let your left arm come down and walk your feet back to center. And then walk your feet, both feet over to the left. Keep your left arm down, but take your right arm overhead. Maybe shimmy your shoulders over to the left. Your right arm sails over to the left. Your right hip stays down. Find your breath. Breathe into the belly of your right side. Only if you want, right ankle crosses over left. Good. If your ankles are crossed, uncross your ankles. Let your right arm come back down. Shimmy the shoulders center. Shimmy your legs back to center. Bend both knees. Lengthen your tailbone. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees come out to the sides. Relax your jaw completely. Relax everything. And then very slowly bring those knees back to center. Maybe a pelvic tilt and tuck just to soften anything there. And as you're ready, let's straighten those legs and finally come to Shavasana. Hands can rest on your belly or be out to your sides, palms face up. The back of the neck is nice and long. We find our breath. And then maybe for just a moment or two, we think about whether or not there's anything still stale, still lingering that you've been done with for a long time. that you could maybe release to make way for the new. I think of sometimes, I don't know if you know the Marie Kondo thing where she folds the clothes and you're supposed to pick up a piece of clothing and hold it and see if it brings you joy. And if not, you thank it for being in your life and then you let it go. So even the old ways, the old beliefs, the old things that we've always done, they may not serve us, but they did at one time. And so we thank them for being a part of our lives and serving the purpose that they served. And then we let it go. So then let go of all of that thinking. Just let it settle into the places that will let you know when you're ready. Can you soften even more here? Can you let go even more? So there are many of you who may want to stay in Shavasana. We've been cutting the Shavasanas pretty short. So please stay if that makes sense for you. If you've got a few more moments to let your practice sink in. Those of you who are ready, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. And just draw one knee to chest, reach the other leg out. And then maybe switch sides, put that knee toward chest, just stretching out all that hip work. And then draw both knees to chest. Rock side to side. And allow the knees to roll to one side or the other, curling over into fetal pose. And then ever so slowly pressing all the way back up to your seated pose.